Hey y'all, I just got finished eating some popcorn, skinny popcorn that Mother Pittman brought me. Thank you, Mother Pittman. Um, I'm sitting in the parking lot at a church. My mom had to go do a funeral, so I'm sitting here in the parking lot. Decided to do a video real quick because some individuals just came out from the church to the parking lot saying this ain't right. This ain't right. And they seemed very distraught. So I don't know what happened that wasn't right. But we are at a funeral, and this isn't the first, second, or third time. As an officer, I've even been called to come to a funeral before. People get all types of emotions. Of course, we try not to make an arrest, especially at a funeral. But it reminded me of the re-traumatization of an open casket. So I want to do a video on it real quick before I forget. My dear sweet friend, me and my sister a couple of weeks ago went to Plymouth Hard Water Rock, North Carolina, in order to be present for my dear sweet friend whose grandmother, is no longer physically active. And my dear sweet friend said there's no way possible she could look at her grandmother in an open casket. So she said she was going to intentionally go late or go after they closed the casket. It was just, we hold space for. And by the way, I'm tired of hearing people say, I don't like to go to funerals. Who is out here signing up to go to funerals? Is there a sign-up form that people sign up to go to funerals? I haven't met anybody that likes to go to funerals. So to tell someone, hey, I'm here for you, but I don't like to go to funerals, in my opinion, it's the opposite of holding space and grace for that individual. I'm sure that individual didn't wake up and say, hey, we're going to go to a funeral today. We're going to go to the funeral of my precious grandmother who just transitioned. Please try to get out of habit of saying, I don't like going to funerals. I don't think anybody enjoys it. Maybe there's someone out there who is signing up to go to funerals. I don't know. No judgment, but I believe to say that, I think it'd be insensitive to a person who's really grieving. And another thing, don't get in it, please don't. This is just my opinion. Don't get in a car, drive 8, 9, 10 hours to go be there for someone. Then when you get there, the first thing you say, hey, I've been on the road all day. I drove all the way up here to be with you, to support you, to show you I love you, but I'm tired. I need to go to bed. I got to go back to work. If you're there for someone, just be there for them. It's not about you. You knew before you got in the car to drive to see that person that it was going to be an 8, 9, 10-hour drive. Now it's going to make this person feel bad. Look, I'm sorry you had to do all that to be here for me. Just for them. Just hold space for them or just stay home. Okay? Now back to the re-traumatization of the open casket. So my precious dear... I'm sorry. Anybody ever coughed before? That's why I keep my precious handy dandy water bottle with me. Anyway, back to the re-traumatization of the open casket. That's what I call it. So my dear precious friend, it's like there's no way she could take seeing her precious grandmother in an open casket. No judgment. I don't know if I would be able to take seeing someone I love that dearly in an open casket. So no judgment. So they said they was going to intentionally show up once the casket is closed. Now, as far as I know, funeral directors, if any of y'all watching this or anybody that work at the funeral home can correct. As far as I know, there is a procession. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but y'all know what I'm talking about. A procession that takes place with the family members who wants to see the body of their loved one who's no longer physically active laying in a casket. That's where they get a chance to see that loved one for the last time. It's supposed to be for the last time. And after the family, then comes the friends and the supporters of the family members to see. Okay, I hear an argument going on now, which when I was in law enforcement was come. But I just want to pray for them, hold grace for them. God, just give them encouragement, give them the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding No judgment. I don't know what arguments better, what they're going through, but God bless them. I am a little concerned because my parents are in there with their church member. So I do right now have a little anxiety over that. But these, it's getting louder. God bless them. God bless them, Jesus. God bless them. I don't want to show them on camera, but I'm just going to get up and let my presence known. So maybe if they see me, they'll quiet down a little bit, because a lot of people don't like to argue in front of strangers. But God bless them, whatever they're going through. Wish them well. But back to the re-traumatization, the open casket. So my dear sweet friend, Jaleesa, oh good gracious, God bless him, my dear sweet friend. So she purposely came after they, now once the casket is closed and sealed, I don't understand what funeral will allow that casket to be reopened. Once the casket is closed, that's the final goodbye. Again, I never worked at a funeral home. I'm not a funeral director. But that should have been closure for the family. Okay? After the casket is closed, songs are sung, scriptures are read, prayers are prayed, people give out their stories about the individual, how that individual affected their lives, and how much they're going to miss the individual. And then there's a wonderful eulogy that is taking place. The eulogy, if it's by a minister who knows the person, will say words of comfort to the family. There might be a proclamation for the individual that's no longer physically active and happens to be in a casket. And so after the family has all heard all these words of encouragement, after the family has heard the wonderful words that the eulogist has spoken, after the family has heard all of the wonderful stories, and maybe even laughed a little about what the other family members and friends, how they remember the person who's no longer physically active and happened to be inside of a casket. After all of that, for some reason, because somebody showed up late and wanted to see the body of a person who's no longer physically active, the funeral director decided, hey, let's open the casket again and re-traumatize the whole family again. Now the family done forgot all about the words of encouragement. They done forgot all about the proclamation. They done forgot about all of the eulogy and the words of encouragement spoken during this funeral or homegoing service or celebration of life service. So please, if you're a funeral director or somebody see me, once that casket is closed, do not re-traumatize the family. Open it again. If you are late, don't even ask for the casket to be opened. That's really selfish and insensitive, in my opinion. Most of the times before a funeral is taking place, they have a wake. That's when the body is available to be viewed at the funeral home or church or wherever they want it to be viewed at before the funeral actually takes place. If this person couldn't make it to the wake, they couldn't make it to the funeral on time, you know what? We are so sorry. We really are. But once that casket is closed, it should remain closed, or you have totally re-traumatized the loved ones of that family member who happens to be laying in a casket. Okay, I just wanted to get this message out, because when my friend told me that she purposely came or walked into the church services late so she wouldn't have to see her grandmother in that position, then said they reopened the casket. She said she couldn't take it. She said it was just so distraught for her. And I felt bad, if I could hear it in her voice when she was telling me and my sister that. And I was thinking, but I didn't want to say. I just wanted to hold space for her, just to listen to her. So I didn't say anything. I wanted to just let her get it out. But when I got here today, it just reminded me of the re-traumatization of the open casket. And again, I apologize. I just got finished eating some skinny one from one of the mothers of the church, because we in revival for 10 days, 10-day Pentecostal service at the church, and they cooking chicken and fries and everything every day. I'm trying to get them to have some vegan options. So I guess skinny popcorn was their way of showing me they have some vegan options. But I'm really concerned about my parents now because I don't know what the hell is going on. All I know is some people out here that have left the funeral who are not happy. But I'm praying for them. And I don't wish any hurt, harm, danger, or death to come upon them. I just hold a space for them and just pray that they can resolve whatever issues that they're having right now. God bless them. I think I need some Carmet on my lips. I don't know, but this ain't about me. But to any funeral director, funeral home that happens to see this, please don't re-traumatize the family. To me, it seemed like it should be in somebody's policies and procedures to not open a casket once it's closed. Now, isn't the casket sealed once it's closed? I'm not sure. Do they have a key or something to seal it? I have no idea, but please just consider this. Please do not re-traumatize a family who has finalized the transition of their loved one by closing the casket. Then all of these wonderful inspirational songs and words and deeds have been said to encourage the family. Then you go back and re-traumatize the family by opening the casket up. Do you plan on having the service all over again after you have re-traumatized this family? If not, once it is closed, please leave it closed, okay? Amen? Do we all agree? All hearts and minds are clear? Okay? Just govern yourselves accordingly, okay? I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. May my whole life prove that God is good. Love is all there is.